a weird piece of debris. Whoa, it's filled with money. I better take this and see who it belongs to. All right, got it. Looks like garbage. Mice. I agreed to tornadoes, but I did not sign up for mice.
Nancy, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Scott wants to meet you.
Be right there.
Nancy Drew, you made it. I'm Scott Varnell, the person in charge of this meteorological train wreck. Welcome aboard.
Are you the person I'll be reporting to?
You'll be reporting to Debbie. But make no mistake, I call the shots around here. Ever seen a real tornado, Nancy?
Well, yeah. As I was driving up to the farmhouse, it wasn't that big, but it sure threw a lot of debris around.
Well, isn't that just peachy? We spend hours racing all over the countryside, and where's all the action? Right in our own backyard. We're never gonna win this thing. The school's gonna pull the plug on us, sell the farm, and that's gonna be all she wrote. And it's all Krollmeister's fault for saddling us with a bunch of Bush League junk. But now that you're here, maybe our luck will change. Two things you need to do right off the bat. I gotta give a workshop on tornado preparedness at the junior high school next week, so put a sample disaster kit together for me. If anything's missing, go up the road to Ma and Pa's and get it there.
What else would you like me to do?
Second thing you need to do is redesign the warning siren layout for the local community. They just got a set of new sirens and their range is different, so the town asked me, and now I'm telling you, to figure out where to place them so if there is a tornado, everyone will be within earshot of a siren. All the information you need is on the chart in the other room. You have questions about anything, bug Debbie, not me. Nice meeting you. That tornado you just saw, what'd you think?
What do you mean?
Were you excited? Terrified? Did it make you want to go home? What?
Actually, that tornado is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I can't wait to see another one.
Now that's what I like to see. Wish I could get that sort of enthusiasm out of my students these days. Between you and me, the last few years I've gotten stuck with the worst students. I could be telling them about the most exciting storms on record, and all I get back is a sea of bored faces. Before they defunded my department, I got the best of the best. Students who really cared, like Debbie, but those days are over.
That must really be disappointing.
What are you, like 18? Do me a favor, kid, don't talk to me about disappointment till you've lived long enough to experience it firsthand. I'm sorry, Nancy, I know you meant well. Anyway, good news is it looks like weather conditions for the next 2 weeks are going to be ideal for tornado genesis. Which means we could be in for a record-breaking string of tornadoes. You may be putting that enthusiasm to good use.
I sure hope so.
Nancy, hi! You've met Scott, the project leader. I'm Debbie, the project manager.
You're the one who'll be giving me orders?
Pretty much. First thing every morning, drop by to see me. I'll let you know what has to be done that day.
Sounds like you've been having a lot of equipment problems.
Let's just say that Scott is extremely good at misdirecting blame.
You think the problems are really Scott's fault?
But hey, I could be wrong. Which, by the way, is something you'll never hear him say. Anyway, as for the rest of today, those 2 jobs Scott gave you, get them done. Pretty much everything he says in there, I can hear out here. He's not exactly a low talker. The chart with all the siren stuff is in the living room, and that computer quiz you took will tell you what needs to go into the kit. If any items are missing, you can go to Ma and Pa's general store up the road and buy them. Just purchase wisely, our budget is very limited. And if you haven't introduced yourself to Pa or finished the filing, please do so. And once you're done with all that, you can head out to the cornfield and fix the sprinkler system.
Fix the sprinkler system?
See, this farmhouse and the acreage it sits on were donated to Canute as a research facility. The chase team gets it during tornado season, The agricultural team's here the rest of the year, so we've agreed to maintain whatever projects they've got going in their absence. Right now, they're in the middle of collaborating on something with this big mucky-muck research center in Hawaii, which is just another way of saying, fix those sprinklers ASAP.
I'll check back with you in a bit.
Okay. Oh, and thanks for driving that car up here for us. That was a big help. See ya.
Howdy. Come on over here and be friendly. That's more like it. Welcome to Mom and Pa's.
My name's...
I know what your name is. You're that gal from up north, Nancy, Drew.
How'd you know that?
Not bad for an old codger, huh? Why, I know all sorts of stuff about you. I even know his cell phone number, Miss Nancy Drew. Let's see, it's 523-555-4399. How do you like them apples?
Someone on the Canute team told you I was coming, didn't they?
Yeah, that they did. Debbie. She told me to keep an eye out for you and gave me your number. See, if something bad happens while you're out there chasing twisters, it's important to have a way to get help. Staying connected in an emergency is just about the best way to stay safe. I'm kind of your emergency action central. Keep your numbers right here by the phone. Debbie fill you in the way things work around here yet?
Not really, no.
You Canute folk got a lot of credit here, so instead of paying cash for food and equipment and such, you can charge it. You want to buy something that's not on Debbie's list, like something from the snack section, you gotta pay for it using pa pennies.
Using what?
Pa pennies. Like this here. A little something I invented to make coming in here a little more interesting for tourists. In fact, go ahead and take it. You could use it or keep it as a souvenir.
Hey, great. Thanks.
Just a ma and pa way of saying nice to meet you.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Y'all take care now.
I think I've got everything I need. Can I pay for these supplies now?
I suppose so.
Thanks.
Sure thing.
Whoever just came in, give me a hand over here, would you?
Sure.
Save me a lot of time if you kindly fix the LED display on the dash while I fix the wiring out here.
But I've never fixed an LED display before.
Just get inside and I'll tell you what's what.
Okay.
What y'all looking at is the fuse board for the screen. The fuses are all there and they're all good, but the display won't work till you rearrange them. See how they numbered from 1 to 8?
Yeah?
What you gotta do is rearrange them so no consecutively numbered fuses are touching in any direction.
Including diagonals?
Yep. Fuse number 1 can't be touching fuse number 2, which can't be touching 3, which can't be touching 4, and so on. Got that?
I think so.
Good. Know you're done when the screen lights up. With any luck, I'll be done out here about the same time.
I did it! The screen says it's initializing.
And I'm done out here. How's that for timing?
You're Nancy, the new gopher, ain't you? Well, I'm Chase. I ain't gonna shake your hand, 'cause my hand's kind of a mess. Again, I appreciate the help.
What do you do on the team?
Right now, I'm fixing the car the fella you were replacing was driving when he busted his leg. It's pretty much my job, fixing stuff.
That okay with you?
Yep. I like fixing stuff, and I like keeping busy, so this here's the perfect job for me. Plus, I'm learning a whole lot about twisters. You live in these parts, the more you know about them, the better.
Why do you think so much equipment has been malfunctioning lately?
Stuff breaks. If your luck's bad, it breaks a lot. Being such a negative person, though, Scott's like a bad luck magnet. With him in charge, I'd be most surprised if stuff wouldn't breaking down all the time.
Is your name Chase because you like to chase tornadoes?
Do they call you Nancy because you answer too many questions? Sorry, that was supposed to be funny. A lot of people think that, but the truth is, it's my name. Has been since before the day I was born.
I've bugged you long enough.
Nice meeting you, Nancy. Just do right by Scott and you'll do fine.
Again? All right, Mouse. This house isn't big enough for the both of us. That ought to do it.
Wow, Scott's got you doing a lot of work lately. I don't think we've met. Hi, I'm Frosty. As you can probably tell from all this equipment, I'm the media guy. Still pictures, audio, video, digital, analog. I do it all. Do it pretty darn well, too.
Is there a story behind the name Frosty?
Sure is. A couple of years ago, before I met Scott or any other tornado chasers for that matter, I was out taking pictures of this ginormous thunderstorm that was brewing outside Norman. I'd drive for a while, jump out, snap some pictures, roll some video, jump back in, drive some more, just looking for good pictures, you know? I wasn't really paying attention to what the storm was doing until all of a sudden it got really, really dark. And then it just started pouring. And I mean, rain was coming down like my car had stopped under Niagara Falls, and the wind was blowing and the car was swaying, and then it started to hail. First just dime-sized stuff, then quarter-sized, then golf ball-sized, then all of a sudden, the windshield shatters and a hailstone the size of a fist lands in my lap. Then another, then another. Turns out I'd punched the core of an incredibly powerful HP supercell.
You'd punched the what of the who?
HP means high precipitation, lots of rain, and a supercell is a cloud formation capable of producing severe thunderstorms. The core is the worst part of a supercell, where violent updrafts can produce huge hailstones, to say nothing of tornadoes.
Did you see one?
That time? No. But I did roll down my window and start shooting, and I came away with photos and footage of hail that no one's been able to top yet. Overnight, I went from being Tobias Harlow, run-of-the-mill photographer, to Frosty Harlow, fearless documenter of extreme weather phenomena.
What happened to your arm?
What, these scratches? Just a few minor war wounds. See, I was climbing the fence next to the old Fraser Creek windmill so I could get a clear shot of some mammatus clouds. And what happens? I dropped my camera bag right into a patch of brambles. Thorns just about took my arm off when I went to grab it.
How long have you worked for Scott?
I joined the team last year after their photographer quit halfway through. This is my first full season. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to this team, I might add. I'm good.
I need to get going.
See ya.
All right, that's how it should look. Good morning, Debbie.
Nancy, good morning. Got a few things for you today. That storm really shook up those sensors out in the cornfield. Could you put them back in line? After that, you should go spend some time in the field with Frosty. He really wants to show you some of the basics of storm photography. Any chance to show off?
I better get to work.
Have fun!
Don't forget me.
I guess, yeah, so that's a good deal.
Okay, let's start taking pictures.
All right, where's the best place to go?
We've got a lot of different formations to spot, so if you head on out to the Fraser Creek, this will help you identify the shots you need to take. When we get some good photos, we'll move on.
It looks like I need to connect the red beam to the red sensor and the blue beam to the blue sensor. That looks right.
No, I am staying at Canute. As it is, he's already near the edge. We just have to give him a little push. No one is going to suspect a thing.
I don't know how I feel about this anymore. This is not what I agreed to. I mean, when I said I'd help you, I didn't mean...
Way too late to get cold feet here, Frosty. Scott needs to be taken care of. You know that, and I know that.
You're right. But we can't... No, you're right. It's time to get rid of him.
Hello?
Krollmeister here. This Nancy Drew?
Yes, it's me.
No, indeed. Just when were you planning on bringing me up to speed on all the goings-on out there in Tornado Alley?
Sorry, I meant to call. Actually, this isn't the best time.
Well, that's no excuse. In fact, it's all the more reason to call me and keep me up to the latest on all the happenings going on out
By
there.
the way, am I,
Okay, I'll make sure to do
audible?
that.
You
compared to
had
the
better,
game?
indeed. I've got my hands full down here at the warehouse. I don't have time to follow up and make sure you're getting things done out there, all right? Now, tell me what you've dug up on the team so far. Tell me about this Scott character.
He's a little hard to read. There seems to be some distance between him and the rest of the team. It might be because he wants it that way, but there could be something else. It's almost like no one fully trusts him.
Interesting. You'll make sure to keep a close eye on that one.
Of course, but...
But he's not your only suspect?
Right.
Well, good. Don't hold back. Tell me everything you know. What's up with the Shutterbug? Frosty, is it?
He and Debbie are plotting something, and whatever it is sounds a little sinister.
Plotting? How so?
Well, I overheard them talking. They were talking about how someone, I assume Scott, was close to the edge, and they were going to do something about it.
You stay close to the both of them. Report back to me when you're done.
So, what's up?
I'll catch you later.
Oh, I almost forgot. Do me a favor and give this to Chase for me. I borrowed it from him. Keep forgetting to return it.
Sure.
Thanks, Nancy. You're the bomb.
This is a broadcast of the
Hello?
emergency
Is someone
notification
there?
system. There have been multiple reports of a tornado touchdown in the area. All listeners are advised to seek shelter until further notice.
I better get down into the cellar until the storm passes. Shoot, the power must be out. I'm looking for candles. Can you help? Someone is out there, right? Hello? Who's there? Hello? I better look into that in the morning. Good morning.
What did you think of that storm last night? Pretty loud, huh?
Well, yeah, I think it would have been impossible to sleep through that.
You'd be surprised. Chase and Frosty, those two could sleep through a circus explosion. Before I forget, Scott wants to talk to you, so make sure you go in there as soon as you leave here, okay?
Sure thing.
Since it doesn't look like we'll be chasing any storms today, the prairie dogs that have taken up residence by the cornfield, I just got notice that the ag people are going to exterminate them.
What? But that's not fair. They're not hurting anyone.
You're right. Fortunately, there's time for you to move them to the other side of the barn, but you're gonna have to move quickly. I told Chase to come up with a way to move them so they don't get hurt. Hopefully he's figured it out by now, so after you talk to Scott, go talk to Chase.
I guess.
I know it's not the most glamorous work, but you'll be a real hero to those little guys.
Nancy, hi. Look, Debbie tells me it would be good for morale if I gave people around here a few attaboys every now and then. So I just wanted to say you did a pretty fair job driving during the chase yesterday.
Thank you.
Well, let's not get cocky. I mean, there's always room for improvement. For instance, when you're driving in a steady downpour, you should always... Ah! Did you see that? Did you see that? Those dagnabbit mice are everywhere, and I'm sick of it. So if you were wondering what your next job was gonna be, now you know. Get rid of the mice in here. Just make sure you do it humanely, or Debbie will never let me hear the end of it. Maybe you can get one of those Piper guys, or better yet, some kind of catch and release trap at that Ma and Pa store. Just get it done, okay?
Get off!
Who's he talking to?
How come something that makes such a mess be worth so much money? I'm never gonna get this stuff off. These are my best boots, dang it! Get out!
That was a little weird.
Hey there.
I'm supposed to relocate those prairie dogs. How do I do that without hurting them?
By using the handy-dandy prairie dog vacuum I just invented, won't hurt one single hair on their furry little heads. At least it won't after I replace this tube with a bigger one. How soon you supposed to move them?
By the end of the day.
Well, then get yourself over to Mom Paws and trade this tube in for one that's a bigger size. I'll set you up as soon as you get back.
Great, thanks.
Anything else on your mind?
Frosty asked me to return this to you.
Thanks.
Does he borrow stuff from you a lot?
Hardly ever. Him and me don't exactly have a ton of stuff in common. He's the outgoing, sophisticated type, and I'm just a simple country boy. Won't let me forget it neither.
What's Debbie's relationship to Frosty like?
Well, I always figured she didn't have much use for him. But you know, lately, seems like she and him been hanging out with each other a lot. Nothing romantic or anything like that, just, you know, talking. Sure don't know about what.
I'll check back with you later.
See you around.
Something else I can do you for?
I need a bigger tube for a vacuum Chase is building for me. Can you help me out?
Sure, long as you do a little something for me.
What's that?
Head over to the snack aisle. You can update the display I got set up over there.
Sure. I need a mousetrap that will allow me to catch mice instead of kill them. Do you sell anything like that?
Sure don't, but just so happens I got something like that. Right over there in the museum. I'll even let you borrow it. Long as you do a little something for me first.
You bet.
You can update the tornado display I got set up over there. Just move the stuff on it around until it compares the old Vegeta way of saying how bad a twister is. You know, F1, F2, F3 and such. Until it correctly compares that scale to the new one. You know, the enhanced Vegeta scale. EF1, EF2, and EF3, and the like. The scale they switched over to a couple years back. You might have to do a little reading, but you can do that for me in return for the mousetrap, right?
No problem.
Atta girl. Howdy, Brooke. Stocking up again so soon?
Alright, nice.
Are you just back because you missed me?
Even though I messed up
A
at the
little
end.
of A and a little of B. Well, go ahead. What's the word out here this week? Don't keep me in suspense.
It's been nothing special to report now, I guess.
Nothing to report? Nothing at all? Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, oh, sure. It's been as slow as weeks, all.
Not even any good gossip about Scott's team? Any new blunders I can take back to the guys? I know it can't be smooth sailing over there these days. I mean, come on.
No. Very smooth sailing with Scott's team is what I always say, but just remember, I got a lot to do in the store. Better get to that. You just grab anything you need now. Take some candy on the way out, too. It's all me.
Okay. See you around, I guess.
Well, congratulations, Nancy. From what I've seen, you got that Vegeta display set up just perfect. So go ahead and help yourself to that mousetrap. Y'all earned it. Something else I can do you for?
I finished up the candy display.
Atta girl. Here.
Thanks.
Hey there.
I went to pause and got a bigger tube for that prairie dog vacuum. This okay?
Well, let's find out. There you go. One-handed dandy prairie dog vacuum.
How does it work?
You just turn it on, stick the tube in the hole, and all the critters in the burrows going to that hole be sucked into the bag.
By the way, how's
That
everyone
sounds a
doing
little
today?
rough. Are you sure they're going to be okay?
Of course they will. Built this baby here with safety in mind. That's why it's so ugly. Now don't forget, if there ain't any critters in the burrows going to that hole, you'll lose suction and some of the ones that you've caught will escape. You gotta make sure you catch all of them before you move them.
Okay.
Just keep at it and you'll do fine. There's some paw pennies in if you remember to bring this back when you're done. Don't want it falling into the wrong hands. Prairie dog's life is rough enough as it is. Anything else on your mind?
I'll let you go.
See you around.
I'd better make sure to fill all of the traps.
How many of those things are there?
That should do it. I got him.
Well, finally. Now take them outside and dump them. The spring house out on Old Orchard Road. That should be far enough away. Let them go there.
You got it.
Let's move! This storm is about to go critical. We need to get out in the field now. You're riding point with Frosty. Scott and I will be tracking the storm. Let's go!
Woohoo! We're gonna get a twister! Oh, check that out. No. No. Shoot. Video camera just died. Here, fix it. I've got to keep shooting stills.
I fixed it. Here you go, Frosty.
Just in time, thanks. Uh-oh, we got some trouble. The funnel is headed right for that building. Look at that! Knocked that barn flat! I hope it was as abandoned as it looked. It's roping It didn't record a thing. I thought you said you fixed it.
I did fix it.
Let's head back to the homestead.
So, still think tornadoes are cool?
Not really, no. I mean, it's one thing when they're out in the open, but what happens when they hit a populated area? That isn't cool at all.
What a disheartening day. An EF3, and we failed to get so much as 1 inch of footage on it, thanks to you.
What do you mean, thanks to me?
Frosty says you failed to fix his video camera in time to record anything.
But that's not true. I fixed it in plenty of time.
Look, I don't want to hear excuses. Just go. Call it a day and make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? Okay.
Hi, Debbie. How's it going?
Morning, Nancy. Looks like it's shaping up to be another big day for all of us. First things first, we've got huge communications problems right now. I had Chase fix up the GPS units and add the comm antenna location. I need you to take a trip over to see what the problem is. After that, I know Chase asked if you could drop by and talk to him, okay?
I better get to work.
Have fun!
The wind sure did a number on these things. There's pieces of them everywhere. There. Now they should work. What's that? Somebody on Scott's team probably dropped this. Can't check that off yet. That's done. Did that. Check. Did that. Haven't done that. Can't check that off yet. That's done. Did that. Did that. I need to get out of here.
Turn ahead, 999 Lee.
That's not the right way back to the farm. What is going on here? Somebody must have programmed this thing to give faulty directions.
Turn out. Right. Destination reached.
She was actually right.
Nancy, now this is what you call perfect timing. I was just getting ready to put the transmission of this car back together. But seeing as you're here and seeing as Debbie said I should feel free to give any job I don't have time for to you, that's just what I think I'll do.
Sounds like fun.
All you gotta do is put the gears I just cleaned back on 3 horizontal rods. There's a notch for each gear, so just figure out which size gear goes to which notch. Of course, you gotta make sure when the gears line up vertically, they touch but don't overlap each other. It's not hard, just takes a little time and a little bit of trial and error.
No problem. Yes, I did it. I got all the gears back on the rods.
Fine job, Nancy. Now come on over here. Something else I need you to do.
I need for you to run this here estimate over to Scott. It's for the body work that needs to be done on Pete's car. Scott's supposed to look it over and sign it before I give the repair shop the go-ahead.
Well, I'll take it to him.
Appreciate it. Anything else on your mind?
I'll check back with you later.
Bye now.
What's going on?
Oh, Chase asked me to give you this estimate from the auto repair shop.
Oh yeah, he warned me this was coming. I'll take care of it, thanks. Pretty scary how much damage a bunch of frozen raindrops can do to a car. Of course, they've been frozen to the size of golf balls thanks to several miles worth of updraft.
Was that Frosty?
Yes, that was Frosty. Look, go down there and whatever his problem is, take care of it, okay? I don't have time for any histrionics.
Nancy, come over here! Look, try not to get upset, but I just discovered we have a really big problem down here. Mice. One just scampered right across my keyboard. My keyboard, Nancy! That's way over the line.
You're afraid of mice?
What, who, me? What, afraid? No. I mean, so what if they crawl all over everything and come darting out of the shadows when you least expect it and have those tiny pink feet and those skinny little tails? Okay, yes, mice totally creep me out, all right? The point is, I can't get anything done with them scampering their brains out down here, and somebody like you needs to get rid of them. Please?
I'd be happy to.
Bless you. Okay. Well, what are you waiting for? Go for it.
That's all of them. Don't worry, fellas. You're gonna like your new home.
Hey, Nancy. Frosty's got quite the unusual scream, doesn't he?
Does he do that a lot?
Oh, yeah. He thinks he's so smooth. First time I heard him do that, I thought my little sister was downstairs.
I'll check back with you in a bit.
Have fun!
you go, little guys. Good luck in your new home. It kind of looks like the money box I found at the farmhouse.
One of the things I want you to do today is trap the mice I keep seeing by the table and get them out of here. They're starting to get pretty annoying.
That's it for now.
Have fun!
That's all of them. Don't worry, fellas. You're gonna like your new home. Morning, Debbie. What's up?
If I seem a little frantic, it's because there's a front moving in capable of producing a supercell, maybe even lots of supercells. So we're moving out ASAP. Everyone's already outside. You'll ride with Chase in the... Holy cow, that was the jack for Scott's phone. Forget what I was saying. You're gonna have to stay here and fix Scott's phone connection. Scott will freak if he comes back and his phone doesn't work. Soon as I finish entering these data, I am out of here. Go on, go fix that phone. Go!
But how do I fix a phone? I've never done anything like that.
It probably just needs to be rewired. I've seen you work. I know you can figure this out for us.
Come on, Debbie, let's get going.
On my way.
That should do it. There, all fixed. What's that sound?
As long as you're making sure that everything looks right, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
I know
done.
what I'm doing here.
Did that. That's Scott. Check. His headset must have some kind of wireless connection to his cell phone. Still have to do that. Talking to. Haven't done that.
Congratulations! Any
Haven't
chance
done
you
that.
can keep your act together so that the rest of the world doesn't also know what you're up to?
No one suspects a thing, Brooke.
Brooke? That's the name of the leader of that rival Chase team.
Let's try to keep it that way.
You worry about keeping up your part of the deal. I've got everything and everyone under control out here.
There's some kind of residue on the blade. Smells like coolant. Looks like Chase stepped in that oil puddle I saw by the sprinklers. That's done. Or are there other puddles of oil around here? Hello?
Nancy! Good. Glad I got you. You alright now? Everybody get through that storm?
Yeah, we're all fine.
Great. I was hoping so, but after something that big, thought I'd better check. While I got you on the phone, something's come up, and I could really use you down at the store. Please, hurry.
Okay, I'll be right there.
You know, pretend it might have been me. There are actually 32 of them. 33, but I did some marathon runs of them. By marathon runs, I mean like a bunch of them in succession.
You're here, and you brought the mousetrap. Good. Because I've been seeing a lot of mice lately, especially by that homesteader display in the museum. I also have a nest right beside it.
Category.
I want you to catch them for me and get them out of here before the health department hears about it. They give me a hard enough time already for selling all them Cocoa Kringle products.
I can do that for you, sure.
That's a spit here. Here's one of them moon chunks to use as bait.
Ooh, I'll need that. Thanks.
You just go on over there and have at it. Now get him out of here before any tourists see him. Thanks for catching them mice, Nancy.
That wasn't there before. What a weird-looking stick. Somebody obviously put it here. But why? Well, finders keepers.
Hey, thanks for fixing the phone. You didn't miss much on the chase.
You didn't miss much around here either.
Well, that's the breaks. Hey, you know, since you're so good at fixing things, why don't you fix the TV? I think we've abused it enough. It's not getting any picture.
That's it for now.
Have fun!
That's the footage from Frosty's camera. I'm sure of it. It did record after all.
I think it's a lost cause, Nancy. It's permanently broke. Bummer.
Hey, Nancy, whoa. Never seen that look on your face before.
You and Debbie are trying to get Scott fired, aren't you?
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I overheard you two talking out in the cornfield. Or should I say,
Tornado.
conspiring.
If only it were
You've
that
been selling the
simple.
stuff you shoot for Scott to someone else. You used the box under the yellow rose bush by the barn as a drop point. That's how you got all those scratches on your arm. You two are trying to get Scott so frustrated that he finally blows and says or does something that will force the college to let him go.
Nancy, do you have any idea how crazy you sound?
What I don't know for sure is whether you two are also responsible for the other stuff that's happened around here, like the hose in Pete's car, and the equipment failure, and the mouse infestation. Guess I'll just have to tell Scott everything and see what he thinks.
Okay, look, I don't know why you feel like you need to stick your big fat nose where it doesn't belong, but all I did was sell some pictures and footage to this girl I know who's trying to make a name for herself as a nature photographer. Legally, all the stuff I shoot belongs to the team, but that's totally unfair, and Debbie agrees. She knows how hard it is to get a good start, and she looks the other way. Don't be upset with her, though. She's just trying to help. But when it comes to all that other stuff, I had nothing to do with any of it, and neither did she. I promise you. So there's really no reason to tell Scott any of this, right?
I guess not.
You're a fine lady. Oh, and that big fat nose thing? Kidding. So, how are those cloud pictures coming?
Actually, I'm having problems finding cirrostratus.
You know, if you head on out to the Fraser Creek windmill, I'll bet you anything you'll get your picture. Weather conditions for cirrostratus should be perfect right now. In the meantime, I gotta get back to work. See ya.
Good morning, Debbie.
Nancy, perfect timing.
So now
We've got
we
a couple
approve
target
sub
storms ready to go
105
critical.
is
We need to
possible.
get out in the field now. You'll drive. Scott and I are going to be tracking the storm. Okay? Ready?
Yes, let's go.
We've got 2, maybe 3 possible targets out there.
Right? That's what I like to hear. Tell me what we're looking at.
Got word that the northmost cell.
Okay, cool.
It's your lucky day, Nancy. Since I don't feel like wrestling with the prehistoric Doppler
Sometimes
unit,
that,
you're going to do it for me. Since Canute could care less about
driveway just
providing
doesn't
working
work.
equipment, we're stuck with this garbage. You're going to have to take care warming it up since it's about twice your age. You're going to have to flip 3 switches, 1 in each group, to get it started. All the lights need to be set to blue before it starts working properly. Remember, the lights won't turn until you activate them.
I don't know if I'm gonna go
Shoot.
for it.
We've got to get this back up and running quickly. If those cables get mixed up, it will be days before I can get them resorted. Make sure you keep those cables in order. Don't forget, the top cable goes in the first plug and the bottom goes in the last plug. Can you hurry it up a little?
Nice job, Nancy. Looks like we're ready to roll. Actually, it looks like we're out a bit early here. Nothing's developing like it should be. Let's get back to base and track from there. I don't want to follow a bum lead on a system with this much potential.
Looks like I need a key. Brooke's been paying Scott off? These symbols match Scott's. This must be some sort of code. So does this one. These are all of the windmill. That must be where Scott's been meeting Brooke.
Nancy, what are you doing here?
You mean me, as opposed to Brooke?
Brooke? What are you talking about?
When I was fixing the phone jack, I accidentally overheard the phone conversation you two had. I could hear it through the headset on your desk.
And just what do you think you overheard?
Enough to know you two are working together. You've been sabotaging your own team, haven't you? You've been doing everything you can to make sure Brooke's team wins and yours loses.
That's ridiculous.
That's why you're meeting her way out here, so the people who've been looking up to you all this time couldn't see her paying you off.
I have never gotten the credit I deserve for the work I've done, ever! I know more about tornadoes than any person alive, and I get neither the respect nor the compensation people half as brilliant as me get without lifting a finger. Why? Because I work for a podunk college run by podunk incompetents bent on bad-mouthing and spiting me at every turn just because I don't play well with others at their idiotic staff meetings.
Why don't you just quit?
Because thanks to them, I'm considered impossible to work with. No other school will hire me. I'm stuck here and they know it. So yes, I've been sabotaging my own team. And yes, Brooke is paying me a small fortune to do so because I've had it. I'm through. The tornado's forming. I can feel it. It'll be on the ground in minutes. And it's going to be huge. And here you are, a novice out in the field, all alone.
Nancy, please come in. This is Debbie. Over.
I'm here. I think Scott knocked me out.
He did what?
I
When I
remember
confronted
getting
him about
facts.
selling the team out to Brooke, he went berserk.
I can't believe he would do that. And with Brooke Tavanagh, of all people. Well, we'll deal with that later. Right now, I need you down here at the Grange ASAP. We need to evacuate the theater, and you've got my Grange keys with you in Frosty's car.
I'm on my way. Over and out.
It's been chaos here. I was able to cobble together a pretty basic tracking system back at the homestead, and instantly I knew we were in trouble. The storm was showing a high potential of moving into town, but without the proper readings, we couldn't issue an alert. I knew we'd have to evacuate the Grange in person. But when we got here, we saw that it's locked. The shelter is locked on a performance night. I need you to take care of this while the rest of us work on a backup plan, okay? I'm trusting you here. I know you can do this. There are a lot of people depending on you right now. What is this now? Yes, you did it! Nice job, Nancy.
I think the worst is past.
Nancy, where are you going? Get in the shelter!
I can't just let Scott get away.
Okay, Nancy, first thing, switch on your GPS. That little dot you see, follow that and it will lead you right to Scott. You put a tracker on his truck. It's a safety thing. But Nancy, be careful out there. Keep this radio on and I'll do my best to keep you safe. Nancy, I'm really sorry about everything that happened back there. Scott, he wasn't always like this. I was worried about him earlier. His heart clearly wasn't in it anymore. He was putting us in danger. I just wanted to do what's best.
That's not what it sounded like when I overheard you talking to Frosty. You two wanted to get rid of Scott. From where I was standing, you sure didn't sound very concerned about safety.
Nancy, I know it probably sounded bad, but there's a lot you don't know. Pete, the intern you took over for, his injury wasn't just an accident. He got hurt because Scott sent him out where he never should have been. After that, I knew I had to take over.
That's still no...
Looking back, I do things differently. But I did what I did for the right reasons. I wanted to push Scott until the world saw how reckless he was being. It was a mistake. I screwed up and I accept responsibility. No matter what happens out there, promise me that you'll be careful.
I promise.
Supposed to be a big chase sequence, but just wait here. He'll be here eventually.
Made it!
Dear Ned, once the theater was successfully
105,
evacuated,
24.
Debbie and Chase were able to follow the GPS tracking signal to the spring house, where Scott and I had safely weathered the storm. Although he was pretty seriously shaken up in the crash, Scott came to in time to see Frosty arrive with the police. He
Thanks,
received community
guys.
service for destruction of public property and interfering with public safety records.
Yeah,
He
sub
didn't fare
105
so
is
well with the
possible, but I
college.
don't know if I
They
wanna
fired
go
him
for it.
quicker than